We made it so far, and it's already half time. Almost. Okay, let's keep talking about simplification. I hope everybody wants to remember the little bit of my tiny, not tiny, not so tiny speech about the idea of stage performance. But then, and I do remember when I did that. But like, you guys know what? Okay, I don't need this. You guys know that was for the yes. You guys know that was for. Hey, that's cute. What is that? Okay. All right. Before we talk about simplification, let's revisit the idea of tetrachord. As I told you guys, tetrachord were. I believe. I don't know who actually invented it, but actually, the people who still use that to teach pianistic technique, they were the German schools. They were. They go way back, being one of the oldest piano school in the world. So let's give another go at the new pages in 98 to 99. Last week we did the sharp keys. Now we're looking at the flat. Yeah. If you kind of just turn your book to 88 or 98, I'm sorry. Yes. And don't forget, what's the German term that I was talking about? Either in German or in English, guys. Do what? You're saying what? Oh, good. Don't hold it. Die Flugschlagen. Flüge is fly. Schlagen is a bug. So a flying bug. Don't say Batman. Just please don't say Batman. The butterfly fingering. Yes. Beautiful name. Chopin loved it. But he did not approve, much of the German nationalism, but that's another story for another day. So 98 and 9. As we're telling, the well temperature tuning system dictates that we consider the change of the keys in the order of fifth. If we're going up ascending order, we're going ascending order for the sharps. We're going what for the flats? Descending. So let's read right to left. One of the other ancient way how Chinese would do, how Chinese written language is. You guys, you probably didn't know that, but even when I was a kid, we still read from right to left. Actually, it goes like this, like this. And there are still, we write, things, up and down, and then go left, and then up and down. There was still a lot of historical documentation written this way, and I got used to it just when I was a kid. All right, right to left, C major, and then F, and then B flat. Four fingers only on each hand. Give it a go. Put your hands on the keyboard so I can smell them. I cannot see them, but I can see the look on their face and smell the fear if they're not, or the little panic if they're not doing what I'm asking them to do. Some sort of rebellion and all the combination. Let's go. In three, two, one, and. F major. And B flat. Ready. Keep going. Bum, bum. E flat major. Go. What's next? E flat major. Ready? Go. Was so go back. So far, mi, re, do, si, la. E flat major. Go. G flat, last one. Thank you. That's it. Yeah, we can leave the last one out since that's just B major, basically. C flat is B major. I said I can smell the fear, but I have to deliver the fear by walking around and just really doing it. Thank you guys for admitting that. Yes. That was actually good. That was actually good. But if you guys are interested, do learn it this way. This is what I actually teach my piano students something to do. I ask them to do I ask them to do without without any sound for both hands. And I did not make up this exercise. Did you guys know? You probably didn't know that. You know how keyboard music used to serve the church, right? Uh, there were a thing back in the mid ages and even through the Renaissance. They were thinking they thought that the thumb and the pinky they are flawed fingers for some reason because they're shorter and maybe weaker. So old timer keyboardists they do not allow to play the piano with these two, which leaves you like six fingers at all. So when they actually, I mean, in older times when they play it on a harpsichord on the scale, it goes like this. Seriously, like that. No thumb, no five. And who actually freed these two fingers to make yeah like that? Who actually freed those fingers? And they were proud that how they can play seamless. No, not how they can play them seamlessly. I mean, with just something with like one with like two fingers. You see, like that. Who freed the one and five? You guys know any idea? Bach. He's the first one. He's the first maestro who actually used these two fingers on white keys. I'm only talking about white keys. I'm not even talking about. But even him didn't quite approve in his early ages the use of one and five on black keys until later on, until in his late years, in his Leipzig years. I would have to starting that way. He started first time he cautiously put a thumb on the black key in one of his WTC, prelude and fugue, and that was considered groundbreaking. He's the avant-garde of his time. The things that we do perfectly normal in our days could be seen taboo or just like weird at their time. So to think how much of a road the history of classic keyboard music has gone through. Sometimes amazes me. Yes, that's great. Thank you. We could have gone to 105 or 107 instead of having you guys practice that. I do wanna let's just give it a try. It's a fun activity. But I'm sure the fun part is gonna wear out pretty soon. Let's just give a try to 105. You guys do da da di da 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 di da da di da 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 da. I'll give you some accompaniment. I may improvise. Ready? C major, 105. You probably don't even need the music. Da da di da 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 di da da di da 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 da. That's the notes. We good? Ready? 2, 3, go. Boom, 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 bong. Bo ba be ba. Bong, 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 bong. Da ding dong dong. And then let's go to the next one. D major. Then we play all of them. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Ready? 2, 3, 1, go. E major. Ready? 3, 2, and. Ready? F major. Ready? 3, 2, go. Look the door. Dong, dong, dong. Dong, dong, pa, da, da, dee, 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 da, dum, dum. G major. Oh, we're doing 105. First piece. 105 first piece. G major. Ready? Just play da da dee da 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 da. Play one scale. Split in half. Tetrachord in the tetrachordal manner. 3, 2, and dee da dum da dee da dum dum da dee dee dee. Like da dee da dee dum dee da dee dum boom boom boom. That was actually from Bach. Ready? A major. In 3, 2, 1. B major, last but not least. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys for the cooperation. It's fast by the promise, but maybe only for the first time. Thank you. Yes. Oh, by the way, my actual question is: anyone, when you're playing with me, they're like, "Oh, this is so easy. What chords did I use?" That's where I wanted to ambush you guys. I used the for 7 scales. I used the same chords, same chord, same progression. Let's listen to it again. Tell me, one and
Two.
it's a 2.
5.
5. 1, 2, 5, 1. Keep going. 5. There's a 3. It's a 3. And 5, 4, 5, 1. 4, 5, 1. The cadence. You have to memorize it, but no effect. In all classical Western music, in the history of harmonization, the great artists, great composers tend to combine major and minor sonorities in the same sequence. So they will have you will have some color changes and also altered intensity because everyone also we can do. Uh, if I do that still checks out, but it wouldn't have this. Or or it wouldn't have that sonority variety that will give your music more vitality and liveliness. Yeah, and that thing I want to say. I mean, the genre of music that inherited the best in artists is actually pop music. If you notice, I mean, how not just straightforward. Notice, I mean, how should I put this? Academically good written their chords. Their chords. I mean, they were just like they're what's some they're like textbooks. For example, everyone. Ah, what? I can't do that. Oh, but I did watch. I mean, there's a video. That's the one viral video with the goat. You know what I'm talking about? There's that. I can only think of the goat. Sorry, I'm at this moment. I got a goat in my head. I have that. Yes. Okay. Now the last fun part. 135, guys. Try it. Sorry. Sorry. You know we have to do that. You know we have to do that every single time. That's the key. D. This time it's D major, so it's not that hard. I'm just gonna walk around and see if you guys are doing it. And again, while I don't demand the correct fingerings, it would be somewhat less troubling to use 135 for root, 125 right hand 1125 for the left hand 135. I mean they're like they're mirrored, but somewhat they're for the first inversion and then the other way around. Reverse it for the second inversion. Ready? I'm sorry, what? What's the page number? I mean, what page we use? I mean, that's only one in the book that we use for triads. You had that for your quiz one, or for your exam one. Remember 135. D major in half note. 1, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 to the major. Ready? First inversion. First inversion. So ready for first inversion. Thank you guys. That's the reason why I'm moving this because I want to see. It's got to be it's being added. I mean, ever since I started teaching. Cool. Ready? First inversion, D major. 3, 2, 1, and. That's why, yes. Yes. It's hard to keep learning a new chord and you keep at this tempo. And some people might wonder, hey, teacher, why don't you slow down for whole note or everything like things like that? But here's a theory, hypothesis, like the experience I learned from the past 2 decades. You learn a chord not by correctly placing your hands on the keys first and then pressing it down. You learn a chord by keep things altering and moving. Not just I'm talking about the physically don't let your hand rest still, but by constantly move the notes around, like a mental image in your head. So instead of thinking da da da, take a break, da da da. I want you guys to think da 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 da. It's a constantly mapping out from one interval of a certain chord, move on to the next one. In the way of speaking, this is called what we call contrapuntal thinking. You guys know what a counterpoint is. So if you listen carefully, if you think, sorry, I'm gonna bottle it up. You can't hear me. Sorry. If you think, oh, this might work like a charm in your future. You don't think them as a one chord. You think of them as 3 voices. Da, da, da. And then these 3 voices, they're moving. they're moving upward, and then the base moved moved a step, the middle moved one step, and the top moved another step, and then it's a, you notice that your hands are reshaping it like a spider instead of that's chordal thinking. That thing can get you through. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying the chordal thinking can get you through this first 4 semester. But then I met students, I met people, professionals. They can't play the chord legato. They cannot sing the chords. They don't know how. They don't know how to go. They don't know how to do that. They can't. I mean, because they were taught to think of chords as isolated motion, actions, gestures. That one chord is an independent unit. I learned that when I was younger, because I was raised the way as I described. And it took me about I want to make I don't know maybe half a year, maybe a year to rethink this and reform this. So that's why I want to share that with you. Don't think of think and then we can play faster. And then you can play faster. You're moving, you're thinking different chords, different voices. Always my attention is switching from sometimes in the bass, sometimes in the top, and I kept that moving. I never had the chance to, you know what I mean? That's the least efficient way to practice chords, and I assume that is bothering a lot of people because I'm not just you guys, the other people's class. I saw them, man. Everybody was struggling. I start to understand why some of them scored so darn low in the exam. Guess what happened? The chords. It's always the chords. Yes. Comments and questions. Comments and questions. Yes, we good. Thank you, guys. That's pretty much it. That's for the first part of this week's syllabus. We could have saved them in the next part for Wednesday, but I want to keep talking a little bit, maybe 10 more minutes about simplification and having a little walkthrough and practice. As I mentioned, the major idea of simplification is to maintain your performance status, their character persona on stage, so people don't get disappointed when you break the rhythm, the beat, the pulse of your performance, if I may. When you do that, um, the the reason of simplification isn't trying to make the piece easier; it's actually trying to keep the beat stronger. I think that's one way of putting it. For example, if you just look at go look at them. Then 19 actually it's on 117, page 117, number 19. Tell me something about the piece. I don't want the studio Odo. What do you see in this piece other than his signature, the everything the same? What do you think of this piece musically? What do you think of this piece? This one, you know, basically goes like this. What do you think of this piece? Yes, very simple. Okay, what else? You want to describe this piece? How is this piece written?
Harmonies are very basic. It's like
Yeah.
it's like easy.
Yes,
It's supposed to be easy.
okay. How about this? Would you do you think it's Ortaki or the style of writing.
That's more chunky. Wait.
I said it's either chunky, like chordal, or linear, like
Oh,
melodic.
it's more linear.
Yes, it's a linear piece. So what can normally we missing in a linear kind of writing? Yeah. Well, no, when we, for example, this is something also linear. It'd be damn linear. This piece. You don't hear me play even one chord or slow down or let me stand on one note. What could be possibly missing? I mean, other than
It's like you only have the melody and the bass.
the rhythm, yes, the pause, the rhythm, the motivation, whatever you call that. And as a musicians, we understand how important the rhythm is. If you say it's not important, and if you dare to say that to the face of a percussionist, guess what? Guess what? You're denying their whole man. They're not going at it. I was at a rock concert last night. Man, that drummist, he's going at it. I had 2 shots, worth it. Yeah. You guys are 21, right?
No. We're pretty quiet.
Congratulations. I got married when I was a little bit younger than 21. Technically, I wasn't even supposed to drink at my own wedding. I did it anyway. It's in China, so it's fine. So when we're missing the rhythm, the motivation of rhythm, our job, one of the jobs, is to add a rhythm. So let me play this piece for you without a rhythm, and then let me add the rhythmic thinking to it, and then we talk how to simplify it. This is without the rhythm. And this is the one with. I did accents plus articulation to point out, indicate. Then, as we mentioned last Friday, the idea of simplification is actually to minimalize it and find the structural support, meaning the thing that carries on, that's actually support your music in the rhythmic way. So if I'm asking you guys to simplify it, first of all, which hand would you think would be more appropriate to simplify? Mark that. I'm not giving any direction today. I'm only trying to draw out answers of your independent thinking, so you can think like an improvist, like a composer. Which hand would you rather simplify? Would you rather leave out notes to make it incomplete? Air quote. Come on, left hand, yeah, because the right hand has the right. Yeah, I'd rather lose a limb other than losing my face. Seriously, ask you one people in the Rican and like this face. Without a face, dude, yeah. You know. You guys are good looking people, you don't have that problem. Now, the left hand. So and then what possible notes on the left hand would you rather leaving out? First of all, what would you never leave out? Yeah, the down beats. You never leave out the down beats. And then you leave out the what? The second, maybe the third. So if you want things easier, if you want things that could be chunky, yes, you leave out and then also the other thing you do is when you leave out something, you emphasize on what's remained. So you don't get to do. You go.
Are you playing it all in one hand, or are you playing it left hand?
I can play with my feet, but that was done with 2 hands actually. You can do one hand if you want.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Then when you leave out things like that, always find something to compensate its musicality, its music, so you don't feel like Okay, it's not trying to make things less complicated and more boring. It's trying to change the music into it. You really like in another phase. You try to make the music, to stand out of another way. That's the idea of simplification. I actually don't like the word simplification, rather be calling it a transformation. There are there are many examples in the world how people use this kind of like technique to eliminate the excessive part and leaving what's only inside, what's only matter. One beautiful example would be Queens, and it has gotten so famous, even a child or even anywhere in the world, when you hear, you don't need notes. A body on, you get up. It is so strong and it's so tempting. Shoot, man, you gotta sing it. Don't play it. That piece calls for, you know, you gotta rock it with your vocal cords and stuff. All right, jokes aside, yeah. Same thing when you are doing it. So what I would like to invite you, try the original version. Try the linear writing, the smooth melody first, and then simplify it by only playing the downbeat on the left hand. And I want to hear completely different interpretation. That's all for today. Ready? That one is hard in terms of key signatures. 6 flats. Kill me. So we put our hands as indicated the fingering, second for left, third for right, on those designated notes. You guys ready? In 3, 2, and. That's very good. Now we change. Now we make it quick. We make it a little bit more like rocking and in beats. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Yes. Yes. Exactly. That's what I want to hear. Guys, that's what I want to hear. I appreciate you guys. Going through this, and again, because you can sometimes you can tell. I want the things I want to share with you could be hardly applied to the contents in this book. Because let's face it, it didn't leave me much of a content. To work to work on. But I do believe. One of the things that separates us. Separates. That marks maturity is. We're more likely to hang on to abstract ideas and use them as guidance to create your value system, or even leading to a whole like philosophical recognition of the world or your career. All the fanciness thing aside, this thing actually works. Maybe not in this piece. Maybe later when you're playing at your friend's house or girlfriend's house, at a coffee house, when you have the time to show off just for a little bit, and you don't remember all the left hand accompaniment, and you want to play something just to amuse the audience, the crowd, so you put a left hand on the bass. Basically, that's it. That's it. Forget about all the complexity in the left hand. Just do the bass. Grasp on what matters. Thank you. That's the idea of simplification. We'll carry on Wednesday. Take care, guys. That was done great.